Yay!
Howdy, partner.
How's it going, guys? And welcome to another episode of Ocalian Nights. But today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. We are actually going to be celebrating a person at our table's birthday.
What?
It's me.
Yeah, it's
Another
Greg.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Greg.
It's me.
So happy birthday, Greg. Thank you so much for joining us today. Is your birthday actually today? Was it
Today
yesterday?
is
This
actually
day.
my birthday.
Nice.
Like right now is
Sick.
actually my birthday.
Sick. Awesome.
Right now.
Would love to leave you with the table, man. Anything you want to talk about for your birthday?
Well, my wife did me a heckin' bamboozle, and I had no idea my big brother was going to be
Yay,
here.
Phil!
My brother Phil is here to join us with this table, and I'm just beside myself because I grew up on D&D because of my big brother. He was the one that originally got us the red box sets, got us into Dragonlance, the whole 9 yards. Everything of why I grew up in love with D&D is because of him. So the fact that we get to play together right now,
Pretty epic.
really epic. And
That's
thank
sick.
you to my lovely wife for putting this all together under my nose. I had no idea this was going to be happening.
I love you.
Love you,
sick.
wife.
So sick. Yeah, he arrived. We're all wearing cowboy hats. There's birthday stuff on the walls. He's got some accoutrement near the front of his table that maybe we'll
There
show
seems
you.
to be some type of cowboy theme occurring here I'm unaware of.
Yes, just a little bit, partner.
Something.
And I happen to have a level 5 character in my pocket. So.
Excellent, excellent. As everybody will be
Howdy-o.
playing a new level 5 character you probably have not met before. But hopefully we end up like doing enough of these where all these characters can come back, and then this is a very cool thing
Oh,
we
they
can
gonna be
revisit
friends.
Oh,
if
they gonna
they
be friends.
survive. Bum bum.
I don't expect
Boom, boom, boom.
So if you are used to tuning in on Tuesdays to our regular Ocalian Nights adventure, I do apologize, but I also think that today's going to be an incredible game, as this is a homebrew, something directly out of the mind of a beautiful creator here in town, and then twisted by yours truly into a really fun story for Greg specifically.
I am along for the ride. I have no
So-
idea what you crazy people are up to.
We will see how this goes as the night goes on. And if you guys get hints about where we are, what we are, feel free to drop those into the comments. That'd be really exciting to see. So you know we're Western themed, or at least it's what appears to be so far. Let's see if you guys end up guessing closer to the pin as we go on with today's adventure.
Y'all should also remember to follow the channel because we are really close to getting affiliate. And if we can get just 6 of y'all to come on down and hit that follow button, we might just hit that goal tonight. You
Come
hear?
on down.
Come on down.
Nice. So click the follow button, either on Twitch or if you're watching this later, subscribe for us on YouTube. That'd be very helpful.
And where can they find us on Twitch?
Ocalian Nights.
And we're on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Ocalian Nights.
Yeah, on
One word.
Facebook.
Ocalian Nights.
I'm picking up on a theme.
Yeah, we're pretty much Ocalian Nights on all platform, guys. So look us up,
Including OnlyFans.
including OnlyFans, which currently has a.
We didn't say anything about that at all, Twitch. Not happening here. Not promoting that.
No,
stuff.
no. It's not real, anyways.
Thank God.
David came out.
Except for
Uh-oh.
Don't
slight-
kill him.
slight
We need him for
adjustment here.
today's game.
You're
So this is
important.
David. He is our producer.
Yay, David, our producer.
Yeah.
Yay, David's arm.
He's the guy in the chair.
Before
The man
David,
behind the curtain.
before David leaves, we'll have him turn around and show you his awesome shirt.
Oh, is that an awesome shirt
Because-
you're wearing,
This is an
David?
awesome shirt that
Oh
I'm
my
wearing.
gosh, why is that
Ocalian,
so cool?
Ocalian Nights got some merch, guys.
Why is it so cool?
He is just about done.
Sorry,
So we
sorry,
have
sorry,
no,
sorry.
it's way okay. Take your time, man. Thank you for making us look so good. It's much
In
appreciated.
the meantime, while we build the anticipation, we'd like to give our shout outs to our local company, TJMpromos.com, who did the amazing screen printing job on our amazing shirts. If you want patches, t-shirts, lanyards, anything, if you got a logo, they will design it. They will slap it on there for you. We love our friends at TJM Promos. You're going to be seeing us getting a lot of merch from them. Local to Ocala here, but they ship anywhere in the world. TJM Promos, TJMpromos.com. Special thanks to Justin and Matt. You met them last week as Justinius and the Fish in the campaign. They're the ones that did a great job hooking us up on this.
Sure.
Love you guys at TJM Promos.
Very cool. Go out and support, guys. Support local. and support some local Dungeons and Dragons lore, man. It's very cool. They are now canon to the
They are now
Ocalian world.
canon to the Ocalian world.
Very, very cool. So we'll go around, do quick introductions. Don't worry about explaining your character. I'm really just interested in you as a person, where people might find you, things that you do around town, and anything else you may want to say about yourself is absolutely okay. We're going to start in the corner with Ryan Mace.
Hey y'all, my name's Ryan Mace. I'm the owner and founder of Zeneration Media, and I also am the executive producer of this here Ocalian Nights. You can find me at 405 Osceola Avenue at the CEP's power plant, where we definitely do all the recordings for this in my here studio. Thank you kindly.
Excellent.
Perfection.
Fantastic. We'll go right next door to Miss Darian.
Well, my name is Darian Mosley, and I'm from this here Ocala, Florida, and you can find me hanging with them there art army fanaticals, those folks that just love the arts. We'll be at First Friday Art Walk this coming Friday night. That'll be January 7th. Oh, that's next Friday night. This Friday night is New Year's Eve. But yeah, you can find us there Friday, January 7th, and at every First Friday Art Walk right downtown on the square.
I can already hear the rest of the South decrying us as heretics.
I know. This is terrible. And I was born in the South. Oh, Lord.
Wonderful.
We'll talk about it in just a minute. Now, let me
They're
just
like,
turn
Florida's
on the
not a part of
Dr.
the South.
Danielle.
No, definitely not.
I'm going to turn it from English accent to Southern accent. That's how I do.
Well, Wilford Brimley, he just go.
And
It
go
happened
on.
last time. We know
Decided to
what
be
happened.
He was
Wilford.
partially from Liverpool and partially from New Orleans.
I am terrible. at
don't know
voices.
where he
Everybody
came
knows.
from.
We'll make our peace with it. And my name is Greg
Incredible.
Weslowski. I am the husband of the amazing, wonderful, beautiful, incredible Darian Mosley, who we talked about earlier, did me the heck and bamboozle. You will find me out there as well in Art Army, helping her in her booth and all of her endeavors going forward. And that's it. I love you, baby. Thank you for putting
Be my
amazing
hands.
surprise.
Be my
and my big
hands.
brother Phil for coming all the way up from Orlando to join us.
Oh, thank you.
And it passes me over to me. I'm Phil Wazlowski. My one and only claim to fame is that I am the older brother of Greg.
Oh, whatever.
Other than that, I live a simple life down in Orlando as an IT guy for Orlando Health, and that's about it.
Very cool. Very cool. And
I'm only married to Darian. I know the feeling.
Awesome older brother.
You're
Thank
the
you
big
for,
brother
thank you
to
for
the guy
driving
that's
all the way
married.
over for this.
You're the big brother of the guy that's married to Darian Mosley.
Yep. And I'm the guy who gets to DM them. It's very cool. It's very, very cool.
no
Sweet.
I just sit in the chair over here.
100%.
Guy in
Thanks
the
for the
chair.
studio, Ryan. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
right.
I'm gonna get a custom shirt made for David now that just says "Guy in the chair."
Guy
in the chair.
Sign me up.
Guy in
Or
the
that's
corner chair.
actually that David. I think
Yeah,
he's
that
more-
David in
more
there.
definitely
Guy in the
guy
chair.
Yeah, he's the guy in the chair.
But I am David Lugo, and I am your dungeon master for today's game. Dungeons and Dragons is a collaborative storytelling game. These players in front of you will be presented with some options, some storyline, and then the entire portion from that moment on is up to them. Their choices will determine the way that this game plays out. They will use D20s. And D12s and D8s and D6s and D4s, which are all different types of dice that you might see around your
No
house.
love for the D10.
Yeah, no love for the D10. It's very not.
All
Oh,
the
I did
dices.
forget the D10. My bad, dog.
Maybe even some of them that you just got for Christmas. Debut dice
Ooh.
tonight.
Nice.
Maybe
Hopefully
even.
they
I hope
do
they.
well.
I was
The
gonna say. I
debut
hope they
roll.
roll well.
Awesome. So I believe that we are ready to get into today's game. You guys find yourself staring up at the red rock. A tall rock face in front of you. The weather around is very warm. The sun is bright in the sky. And you hear a voice from behind. It's a 220 feet climb to the base. If you all look in your bags, you'll find your pittance. You'll find your shoes. Go ahead and put them on and let's get ready.
Now, I got a question for you, instead of climbing up this here mountain, have we ever considered, blowing up a nice little walking path for us to mosey down?
I would not recommend doing anything like that.
pull out a piece of dynamite.
Oh no.
Well, that's a very handy tool that you have there, and this is why we have you on today's excursion. But I might ask you to kindly put that away and get to climbing.
I just do the
Are we
Suicide
climbing all the
Squad.
way to the top?
Little
You
picture
will
thing.
be climbing all the way to the top. This is the only way to proceed.
Like
It won't be
regular
that-
old, like a regular type of climbing.
You're not gonna be doing anything dangerous. As long as you put your pittons in the wall the way that we teach you, you'll be just fine. You see, it's how all of us work together that gets us up the mountain.
I am a man known to teamwork. I guess.
Well, all right. Who's going first?
I reckon I'll go first.
You see Jason, the guy who's been kind of introduced to you guys as the person who will be leading you on today's adventure. Jason Chandler begins to walk up towards the mountain face. He etches into the stone very slowly. His piton draws his line through and clips it to his waist. He climbs up a little bit. It's the mountain or the wall is a little more inclined than it originally looked standing at the bottom. As long as you take time and put the pittons in correctly, we should all be just fine. He begins to ascend this mountain face. Who is going second?
I reckon I said I would be.
Excellent. You approach the line. You see the first line. You draw your line through and clip it through the base, and you begin to climb up. You get to your first maybe 15 feet up in this angle, and you have to put the next piton as he directs down to you. Go ahead and roll me a d20.
Do I have?
You'll roll me intelligence, strength, or wisdom skill.
Okay. Do I have proficiency in this? Because I have the right tool for the right job.
You do. You have advantage on this.
All poggers. But I'll definitely roll bad.
This is definitely not the first time that you have climbed.
That's a good thing I rolled advantage because that was a nat 1 and an 18.
Wonderful.
So a total of 25.
Wonderful. Fantastic. As the next pin is sit in, and you guys all staring at him from the bottom, been very, very concerned about each of us putting in our pins in the proper place. Who is going up next?
Ma'am,
Ladies first.
beauty before beast, as they say.
Well, I reckon I might as well get to climbing then.
Awesome. You loop through the first, you climb up the next 15 feet, and you loop through the next. You climb another 15 feet. This time, I mean, it's getting much higher. As you turn around, you can see the distance to the floor kind of reverberating in your vision. Go ahead and roll me an intelligence, strength, or wisdom. Your choice of skill.
I'm going to go with it.
11. Awesome. As you put your piton in into the best part of the rock faces you can tell, and you begin to ascend. Who is going up next?
Go on, boy. I'll anchor us.
All right. Much obliged, sir. Much obliged.
Excellent. You loop through the first. You get up to the second. You loop through the second.
Mhm.
You get up to the third.
Okay. Intelligence, what or what?
You so you're gonna loop through the third and
Uh-huh.
then continue up.
Okay.
You loop through the third. You're gonna be doing any sort of skill check, intelligence, strength, or wisdom.
First roll from the new dice. That's a 17 on the dice.
Ooh,
All right.
wonderful. As it gets up to the next portion, you're now 25 feet up in front of this last piton that you set.
I gotta document its first roll.
Fantastic. And you following up the lead. You go through the first, you go through the second, you go through the third, you get up to the fourth, and you begin to pass by that fourth piton. You put your own in. Go ahead and roll me.
Now, would this also count as a survival skill? Because I'm proficient in that.
Ooh, I love it. You get advantage on this roll.
Vintage, all right.
Nice.
Big brain things.
What is that? That is a 16. 5 is 21.
21.
Mm.
Fantastic. As you put in your
Fine
pittance.
survivalists, sir. Fine survivalists.
As you guys begin to climb, you can see the guide Jason, kind of getting ready to peer over the edge, and you hear a large explosion in the distance. Boom!
Did you drop your dynamite?
I need everyone to make dexterity saves.
I
for me.
reckon
Oh,
it
boy.
wasn't.
You can choose a strength save instead.
That's a 9.
Can I make a con save
You
instead?
can make a
Ooh,
con
Good.
save.
con? Yeah, let's make that 11 then.
An 11.
Yep.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Nice.
12.
15.
12.
I don't think I've had
15.
one of those in so long.
It's been so long.
As you were getting ready to shift hands, the explosion went off, and a little bit of rubble creates under your hands, and you slip, and you begin to fall.
Okay.
Who is below Greg? I mean, who is below Wilfred?
Would I be after him? Or...
You would be after
Yeah,
him,
okay.
absolutely. I need you to make a strength or dex save.
And 11.
An 11. As you guys, as your hand reaches out and grabs onto Wilfred's hand, the pittons begin to be pulled. Boom, 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 boom. The middle pitton, the one put in by our wonderful Abigail, slips out,
Oh.
and you guys begin to fall an additional 10 feet as you hold him, but the pit gives, and you fall, taking 7 points of damage as you guys slap against the mountain face. But safe and not falling all the way to the ground as the rest of the 3 pittons held.
Okay, let's see. Wilfred. What do you even do, Wilfred? 7?
7.
Got
Awesome.
it.
Jason. Jason looks below. Are you all right down there?
I think if you're all right up there is a better question, sir.
Nah, we're in tight up here. Can you guys make your way up?
Sure.
I reckon.
Strength athletic checks.
Hoist
As
him
the
back up.
pittons above are maybe too much for both of you to climb together.
What can we go? Can I
Athletics?
one at a time get him up to mine and then?
Sure.
Okay.
Ooh, 18.
21.
Wonderful. Doing exactly that. Holding your position, allowing him to get up and put in another pitton into the wall, and then begin to travel up. You guys arrive to the top of the base before they do. You guys see in front of you this large wooden structure almost immediately after the mountain face. And you see that there is nothing but desert to the right and desert to the left of this large structure. Jason, who is walking around the side of that building, kind of ahead of you, says, "Come on now, catch up."
Alright.
You reckon they got any refreshments down in that building now?
Brush off my duster here. Pull my cane up. And just
What?
saunter on along.
Excellent.
I'll tag along behind everyone to make sure everyone's keeping up.
Understood.
So what
Come
do
on now,
these,
kids. Keep up.
What do these ruckusy folk look like? What am I looking at here?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Ruckusy?
Or like these folks? 15.
15. As you kind of crest yourself above this little mountain ridge and walk towards the front of this building, you can see in through the windows what looks like a saloon of sorts, but an out-of-business saloon or a saloon that's being built. And as you pass by the very front of this building, now you realize you guys were at the back of whatever building this is. You see on the walls a sign that the sign reads, "Rainbow Ridge, the biggest little boom town in the West. Population 12,012 or 2012 with an X mark and 38 written underneath it."
Well then. Peculiar set of circumstances around here, I do say.
I'm gonna go around the front of the saloon and see if there's anything. in
Yeah.
there.
Roll a
Go
perception
into the
check
saloon.
as you turn towards this saloon.
Let's see. A 14.
Your 14 as you begin to walk up these steps of this saloon. You can tell that this is a brand new building. The doors may have never even been opened yet, as there's pressure against the kind of swinging doors that you're not used to feeling. A sign above this saloon reads Louds, Laods.
L.A.
ODS.
What
Louds.
kind of, is this just like handcrafted sign and everything?
This
all
is
new?
made of wood. Polished, painted. It looks like this belongs in a town that's fully like built already. Is why I would just start with a saloon kind of thought process.
Mhm.
But there is nothing around this saloon for miles.
Are there bottles behind the bar?
There are no bottles behind the bar. The furniture's kind of kicked up on each of the tables. There is what seems to be a space for a piano, but the saloon is not up and running. As you guys see Jason, or hear Jason rather, if you're walking up towards the saloon. All right, now let's get on getting. We're supposed to be meeting Mr. Ravenswood and Barney here, but I don't see him. Let's go ahead and get on these horses and get over to the next town.
Well,
That
at least
explosion can't be good.
They got their priorities right on what to build around here. I'll say that.
Can I make an intelligence
Yeah,
check
but it's
to
empty.
understand how big
What's
it
the
was?
point?
How big the explosion was?
Yeah. I
reckon
Definitely.
we're doing
At
some
advantage.
scouting.
I was gonna ask.
Yep, you got it. You
Yeah.
got it.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Whoa, boy, burning.
Someone
early.
brought the loaded dice.
The way
right?
that this echoed through the mountainside that you guys were climbing, and the way that the rubble kind of shook around where you were actually on, you could tell that this was miles away. And the muffledness of the explosion tells you that it was underground of some sort.
I reckon they got a large quantity of the highly explosive devices waiting for us when we get there. To me, that sounds like a lot of fun and the kind of party that I want to be a part of. I say we get on these horses now. We go ourselves. We gallop at full pace, riding them till they die.
He starts bringing up explosives and everything, and I just start banging my cane in excitement. I'm like, You, sir, you struck me as all right.
I have a bandolier of explosives, multiple
No.
bandoliers.
Wonderful.
Bandolier of C4.
Coming out of the bar of the saloon, you see a gentleman in kind of black cowboy, like true blue gunslinger, like accoutrement. He has on a like kind of over his shoulder. You could see a big poncho that kind of reveals his awesome clothes underneath. And he has these little vials of different colors all the way around. Hey, Jason, are we ready? I reckon we're ready, sir. Let's go on and mosey on these horses. And you guys see this gentleman, spurs and all, click down the steps. He walks over to his horse and hops on. Jason hops on. He says, "These 4 horses are for y'all. There were supposed to be 2 more, but as you can see, these horse prints lead off in the direction of Tumbleweed."
Can I make an animal handling check to see if the horse likes me?
Everyone will make an animal handling
Can I
check.
do it at disadvantage?
You can, sure.
Would
They
that
could-
be the tiny town of Tumbleweed?
It is the tiny town of Tumbleweed.
I take it you've heard of this place.
I might have done heard of this place once or twice in my travels, sir.
If any of you folks recognize Tumbleweed, add it to the comments now.
I rolled after my modifiers of 4.
Are we
Animal
animal?
handling.
Everyone
Are we doing
animal
horses?
handling.
We're doing it, huh?
Oh, I love this dice. 18.
17 on the side.
18.
Woohoo!
No, I don't have
Excellent. Everyone mounts their horse just fine. You guys begin to trot along. As you
You're
trot
on
and trot, going as fast as you might like, sun begins to set as you guys are heading in a westward direction towards Tumbleweed. The sun officially gone from the sky. You guys are riding in night. Jason turns over to the fancy dressed gentleman. So, do you think there's any way you can help us? Ah, I do. I can help anyone, as I am a fortune teller, a rainmaker, man who can find oil up a cat's bottom. You know what I'm saying?
But could you tell me how long it'll take for this fuse to go off on this here stick of dynamite?
Now. No reason to get excited. We might need that.
Do you know those things are extremely dangerous?
I hold up my hand, which is missing 2 fingers.
Here, and he reaches into his side. He pulls out a blue vial, and he says, "Try one of mine." And he tosses it in the air. Go ahead and roll a dexterity save for me to.
Can I do a disadvantage because I try to catch my hand?
Yes, you may.
My God, I rolled another natural 20 and a 14.
Awesome.
So
As you catch in your pinky and index, clink, the bottle fits perfectly in your hand. This blue liquid kind of swashing about.
you see, I like this. However, it doesn't seem to have a fuse on it.
Nah, no fuse necessary. Just throw it and shoot it. And trust me, if my gods are watching, that thing will pay.
All right, I'll take your word on it. But if it doesn't give me the bang for my buck like my thermite or dynamite, I might just have to bury it.
You can add to your character sheet cumulus explosive.
Okay.
Nice.
I would love. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Are we like at a campfire now?
At the
or
moment, you're still riding.
Still
riding.
riding?
It's
Okay.
nighttime. You're trotting next to each other. The speed, I believe, has slowed down from your quick gallop and the night setting in. The tiredness. You just climbed this 200 and something foot rock face.
So, did I notice that he had all those other liquids in all the other vials?
I think that it would have been hard not to notice. They're different colors. He always has his like poncho up over his shoulder.
Now, do tell, kind sir, what might those other little vials contain?
Ah, they always ask about my vials. He pulls out a red one and he says, "This one will make you, what do you say, uncurable? No, cure to everything. It's every
Wait.
cure you can possibly imagine."
I've heard of that stuff there.
Those are
That's
two
snake
quite
oil.
different
It's called
things.
snake oil. Where I
That's
come
some
from.
good stuff. You want to share some of that with the rest of us,
I
partner?
would love to, but it is quite dangerous. So let me just wait till we get settled, and I
Oh.
will divvy out what I have, especially since you all will be helping with matters at hand.
I've heard that stuff's real good for your skin too.
Oh, perfect.
I've also heard that it's pee.
No.
Did you pee in these
Did
vials,
you
sir?
Nah, this
Is
man.
there-
I
Is there
pee.
urine
This
in
is a
it?
very
These
honorable
vials.
man right here,
This-
my friend.
Now listen. All right. So the matter at hand that we're helping with.
I'm just saying.
Are we back on the explosive topic? Because that is
Are
the
we?
one that I would like to be talking about right about now.
I'm on the am I gonna be drinking this man's pee topic right now? Did you urinate in these vials, sir?
I did not, as he galloping.
He just keeps riding.
I did
Insight
not pee.
check.
Yes,
Is
please
he
roll
lying?
an insight check.
You lying?
8.
Nah.
He does not appear to be. It's not pee. You know it's not urine. You smell it. You know it's not urine. Definitely not urine.
I go trotting up next to him,
Okay, great.
and I'm like, "Sir, I did not mean to be rude, but I'm sure you've been out on this part of the frontier before, and you've probably come across a couple of these snake oil salesmen, as they say, and I get the impression you might be a upstanding fortune teller. Did you say?"
He spits over to the side. I am not a snake oil salesman. My name is Cumulus, and I am a bringer of God's will. And I am here the same as you to help this small town.
However, you do sell snake oil, don't you, partner? That's the good stuff, though. Not what he's talking about, however.
Some of the items I have may be called snake oil, but it is not snake oil.
Well,
See,
my friend,
he's a very trustful individual that I think we should be.
I like the cut of your jib, and I just want to let you know that I'm on your side here on this one, and I would like to persuade him. I'm on his side,
All right, let's do it.
as I'm a very persuasive.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a 17.
17.
That die is loaded. I swear to
No,
God.
Actually, I'm just +7 on.
Oh, you're
persuasion.
I totally understand that there are lots of ne'er-do-wells that push these sayings of gods, but every village I attend, I bring rain, or I find oil, or I locate gold. It is just what I do. It is Cumulus Isobar, and that is why I am here.
Well, Cumulus, I just want to let you know, you gotta believe it.
Now, does this fella look like an Indian?
He does not look like an Indian. He looks like some sort of Spaniard.
Oh, he's a
Is he a
Spaniard.
human?
He is a human.
Okay.
Is he one of them southern Spaniards?
No?
So he's an England or a European Spaniard.
Let's go to roll perception checks for me as you guys are riding.
This is it. While these guys are riding,
Yes.
I'm kind of tailing along behind and just kind of keeping an eye on the
That's
planes
Beautiful.
around as we
With
go
that
and stuff.
sentence, go ahead and
Yeah.
roll me at advantage.
Oh, you said
please.
perception?
I did.
Oh no.
That would be the
18.
first natural one for this guy.
Natural one.
I'm just
I
so
got a nat
enamored
20.
No, no, no.
Cumulus.
The
It's
dice
because-
knows you're in conversation.
Yeah.
Yes, it's because I rolled a nat 20.
Yeah.
Balancing each other out.
I have a 3.
Okay, wonderful. You are enamored by this blue material. It is swishing as you look at it.
Which is
With-
definitely not pee.
With our perception checks,
I would hope not.
you kind of trail it first, off in the distance, only lit by pieces of moonlight. You can see what looks like a family kind of trudging through the desert. And this is about 60, 70, maybe 80 feet away, off in the distance. It's hard to tell distance at this time of night. But you can see a little bit of shadows. You can see them kind of moving around. It looks like what is 3 people. As you kind of pointed out or are obviously looking in that direction, that's when you kind of track it. And you can see 2 taller individuals and 1 smaller individual. And they are what looks like very tired walking through this desert.
Hey, y'all, slow it up a second. There's someone over there. Go see what's going on.
It looks like 3 people. Oh, they look tired. Maybe we should go see if they're okay.
It's all right. I could wake him up if we need to.
What? Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
They just need a little pick me up. Let me.
Let's go see if they're okay.
Cumulus tracks the language and begins to turn his horse and begins to gallop full speed. Jason turns with him. You guys all begin in that direction.
I'm going to
assuming?
kind of break off a little bit to the side and kind of go stealth and just kind of keep an eye
Roll
on
me a
things
stealth
from
check
the
for me,
outside
please.
a little bit.
Annie, what are you 2 doing?
6 only.
6 on the die. Understood.
I'm just kind
It's
of
an
hanging
open
behind
desert.
Cumulus.
You can
Yeah,
only
no
hide
place to
so
hide, so-
much.
Hanging behind
It's kind of hard to
Cumulus.
hide a horse.
We're
Yep.
hanging
The
with
Cumulus, and then
Okay, gotcha. So right up behind Cumulus.
yeah,
just
so like
as soon as he
Cumulus, and then
peels
those 2,
off-
and then be kind of
Doo-doo,
behind,
doo-doo,
like, you know, readying my trusty cane just in
Sure,
instead.
sure, I like it.
Mhm.
Cumulus rides up. You're now 40 feet, 30 feet, 25 feet, and you are able to see. So what now you're able to make out a gentleman in what looks like miner's clothing, very covered in like dirt and soot. You can see these red bandana around his neck. He has a lady with him who's kind of like holding around his stomach as they kind of walk very slowly. And their little one, who now you could tell is child age, is kind of trotting along, walking with them. And they're kind of swaying, as you can see in the sand, a trail of kind of like sloshed feet, like where they're not picking up their feet very
Right.
well. They could have been walking
They're
for a
dragging
very
their
long
feet.
time.
I love it when people do that.
I'm guessing she does not.
Are we sure we don't want to show them something funny?
And
about no?
within 25 feet, you guys see Cumulus within 20 feet kind of hop off his horse while it's still riding a little bit, run next to it and then kind of dismount altogether. As he pulls a little vial from his bag, and he's like, "Please, Mister, come here. What is wrong? Why are you?" And Jason, kind of trotting from behind, he says, "Mr. Newmaker, is that you, Mr. Newmaker, Mrs. Newmaker?" And they don't seem to acknowledge him at all. As Cumulus gets closer and closer, and he kind of lifts up the top brim of Mr. Newmaker's hat, and you see a sharp scream as Cumulus is grabbed and pulled to the ground, and you see the woman and the child begin to kind of fall on top
Oh no.
of Cumulus.
Oh no.
I've got just
All right, we gotta
the thing for this.
get your boomstick out. I think it's time.
I open up the lighter that's just attached to my bandolier, so I quickly light dynamite.
Perception checks. What would you guys like to do in this moment?
So these things are just like jumping on.
Yep, you hear ah, and then he falls to the ground, and then you see them kind of pile on
What is
top.
Jason doing?
Yeah, would this be like a
Jason
perception check,
is-
see if they like just fell over, or if they're actually like lunging and jumping on 'em?
Absolutely.
Okay.
If that's what you're
I
curious
throw the
about.
dynamite stick at the ones lunging.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'll make my attack roll.
Do it.
18 perception.
18 perception.
I'm gonna use a lucky point. Reroll that. Oh my god. It got a lot better. Dirty 20, I think.
Oh, cool.
My bad,
That's
21.
perfect. No problem at all. What was your perception? 14. Greg, what are you doing in this moment?
You said that they're just like jumping on him and he screamed.
Correct.
The main guy, I'm going to pull out my trusty thing and just right at like the husband one and just shoot a fireball.
So let's get
directly at
initiative
him.
rolls for you guys now.
All right.
All right.
Call out your initiatives when you got them.
Ooh, that is a
No.
12 for Wilfred.
Really?
A 12 for Wilfred.
13
A
for the Colonel.
13 for Colonel Jake. 13.
4 for Prospector Podo.
4
Oh my
for
God, we
Prospector.
suck. 3.
3 for
It was in that one.
Abigail. Cumulus.
Terrible. I'm rolling with my bad hand.
Not with my bad hand.
I am.
So, in order, we have Cumulus going first, approaching, pulling out the little vial that he had, lifting
Uh-huh.
up the top of the brim, and then getting grabbed and pulled to the ground. Next to act is Colonel. Now, you are a bit away from the major group as you kind of trailed off a bit, but you're seeing every bit of this.
And actually, they're actually attacking with the perception roll.
Absolutely, with
Okay.
your perception
I'm
roll,
gonna-
man, you can see
Pull out the long rifle
where
and take a shot at the daddy one.
Daddy one. Sounds like a plan. He is the one who is currently holding and pulling down.
Right.
Go ahead and roll me an attack.
That would be a 7.
As the bullet misses its target, the bodies officially hit the ground, and you see the woman and the smaller of the bodies kind of lean down over the top of the body of Cumulus. Wilfred.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Bonus action movement. I'm sorry. Colonel.
I'm gonna I only get 1 attack at
Correct.
assault, right? Yep.
Potentially you could have 2, depending on what you got. I know Ryan's got 2.
I don't
Two
see
what?
number of attacks.
I do actually have 2 attacks after the first turn.
Okay, then I'm just gonna move in a little closer, still staying, about 20, 30 feet away, so I can do the rifle shots.
Understood.
And then for a bonus, I got Slayer's Prey, where I can designate a creature I can see.
Cool.
And the first time I hit, it takes an extra D6.
Perfect.
It lasts until, so it's kind of like Hunter's Mark.
Yeah, without
So
a doubt.
I'm gonna do that to the main guy.
Sure, without a doubt. I like to think that is you kind of just keeping your
Dead-eyeing.
focus. Yeah, you're not looking at anybody else.
It's like
You're
that
waiting
camera
on your
right down
next
Yeah, right down the
bullet.
sights.
Like
Yeah.
as soon as your finger releases the trigger, you're pulling again.
Mhm.
It takes you 6 seconds for whatever reason.
Don't you dare Red Dead him.
So Wilfred.
Wilfred is just going to be like up on his horse, like looking out at the one that just
Sure.
attacked it. He sees that bolt go like wide and just, and a firebolt explodes out of the tip of his cane.
Wonderful. I do apologize. On horseback, are you
Oh, there it is. 2
proficient
attacks.
with animal handling?
Ooh, I am not.
So you're gonna roll
I
a
am.
disadvantage for me.
Son of a bitch. Can I do my movement to dismount?
You can.
I will-
Now that I've mentioned
Now
that,
that you've
and your
mentioned
gun
it.
has already gone off.
And my gun has already gone off.
No problem at all. You hop off
I hop
with your
off
movement.
it and just like
You
pull
shut
up my
yourself.
little
Fudge,
cane
yeah.
and just
I love it. Make it
a
happen.
firebolt pops out of it. That would be a what is this thing? 13.
13 does hit,
All right.
and you're shooting the gentleman. Yes.
Yes, the
Awesome.
gentleman.
Go ahead and roll me damage.
Ooh, look at that. D10s, y'all.
Wonderful.
Just when we didn't think that was getting any love. 16 points of burning damage.
Oh.
Ew.
As the head of this thing is blown away. I love it. Bonus action movement or bonus action half of movement? Because I guess dismounting would be half. Of movement.
Dismounting, and then he's just kind of like making his way around, like,
Sure.
like the perimeter a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. Sure. Eye in
And
the
no
corner
bonus
in that
action, just the
direction.
movement, no bonus action.
Sounds like a
for him.
plan. Prospector Podunk.
So Prospector Podunk is already lit and thing on his shoulder, which is how he lights so fast. He picks out the TNT stick and he goes, "Woo!" And he chucks it at the child, so I stay on brand.
No.
As
As you hear Cumulus.
Why, Ryan Mason, you having a
Not the
children?
kid. All right.
I don't know what this is about, guys. but
Nothing,
I am
nothing,
here.
nothing.
I am here for it.
and it was a 17 to hit.
A 17 hit. I mean, absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll damage. for
I
me.
already did.
Killing
It's
me.
18 points of
18
damage.
points of
It's like
damage.
I'm ready.
Please tell me there's just a little pair of smoking shoes.
Little pair of booties.
Because Cumulus was underneath the girl, everyone in that bubble is gonna take a portion of that damage. As the littlest one appears to vanish out of sight, just clothes smoking. You see the mom and the body of the dad kind of get peppered with this kind of the hot whatever you have in your explosives.
Gee
And
golly, I
Cumulus-
sure as hell do love this
and
shit.
Cumulus is going to take a portion of that damage
Okay.
also. Bonus action or action?
That was actually my bonus
Yep, I
action.
figured.
It was an action to start the lighter.
Understood.
It's how I'm flavoring
Movement?
the cannon. I think I'm just gonna stay on the horse.
Awesome. And are you
Stay
proficient in
on.
animals?
No, but I'm proficient in everything else.
Gotcha. Roll me at disadvantage.
Oh, an animal handling check?
Yeah.
Oh, this bitch about to throw me off.
Oh,
She's
jeez.
about to throw
Spook
you
the
off.
horse.
Fantastic.
-2.
Go ahead and roll me
Done.
explosive damage on yourself
On
Oh,
myself?
God, not the horse.
and the horse.
Oh, this horse
Oh.
is dead. This horse is mega dead.
Poor horse.
You would roll near max damage. Yikes. I took 17 points of big explosive boy damage.
Jeez.
That's really bad.
We are off to a good
Um,
start. boys.
Deck save. We'll save you half.
Okay. 16 plus 1.
Oh, that's a save.
Okay.
So we'll save you half. And I think the horse should get a save also.
Natural 1.
Can we reverse those?
Oh my God.
The horse is unable as it rears up, kind of to kick you off of its back as after it hears the second explosive light up. It rears back and you fall, which you roll out of the way, only taking a portion of that explosive damage as the horse is obliterated in the opposite direction.
I knew that here. The horse
First
never
chance.
liked me.
There you
Although
go.
I sense a good fried up meal for us boys.
Oh my god.
Dinner's on the prospector
Um,
tonight,
Anything
everybody.
additional, Prospector?
I'm gonna laugh in the corner.
All right, great.
Gosh.
Abigail.
Okay, so. Oh Lord.
And in front of you, you
Well.
can still see the mom kind of still over top. You can't really make out what's going on from the horse top or wherever distance. You could get closer and make that investigation if you'd like to. If you have an idea of what's going on and you want to act on it regardless, enjoy. What are you doing at this very moment?
All right. Well, I've got my 6-shooter in hand. I'm still on my horse. But I think because I want to know what's going on, and my horse is real spooky after all that blowing up business just went on, I'm not even going to put my beast at risk for any more fright. So I would like to dismount. Can I dismount and as my bonus action dash?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to dismount, dash over with my 6-shooter already in hand, and then can I roll perception to find out what's going on and not make it be part of my turn?
Yeah, most
Okay.
definitely.
18 on the dice plus a million. No, plus 0. 18.
Nice. With your 18, you kind of see the shoes of the smoking shoes next to the body. Directly on top of this gentleman, which the explosion you see completely clear, does not seem to affect the woman at all.
Okay.
She doesn't react to the explosion at all. Just continues her assault, which now you notice her scraping and scratching at his flesh.
Oh, Lord. Well, I'm going to light her up.
All right.
I'd like to. Yep. I'm going to cock the hammer and light her up.
Sounds like a plan. Go ahead
Yeah.
and roll me an attack.
Here we go. Oh, this is no good. This is no good at all. It's a 3 on the dice, and I know, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not going to be enough.
My-
As you release
my
a
gun is
shaky bullet
jammed.
into the dirt.
Shit. Shucks.
That's action, bonus action. We're going to move to Cumulus, who peels himself away from this scene and kind of drawing himself backwards. You now see his face covered in blood, scratch marks. And he reaches for a vial and then kind of pushes it to the side and reaches for a gun and shoots out 2 shots. 14 and a 15 will hit. As you see the back of the head of this woman kind of go back, and she flops to the ground. Oh, did you all see that?
Yeah, I sure as hell did. You see how they exploded?
What happened to your
are
horse,
you just
man?
like an old gray-haired prospector? Would you?
No,
You're
I'm
just
a
like-
ginger.
Oh really? Oh jeez.
Yep, and we'll get into your descriptions here in just a moment.
Okay.
And so Cumulus kind of stands up. He dusts himself off. Peppered with fluids and scratch marks and pebbles and dirt all across his face. These scrape marks.
I go up and I hand him out of my back pocket. I pull out a little hanky.
Thank you. I don't know what
You got a
this will
little
do.
You got a little schmutzy there.
It heals 2d4 plus 2.
Is it kind of like a movie scene where he doesn't quite know, he's so disoriented, he puts his hand over and it's thick. What? Oh my god!
You certainly did have a little bit of an attack there. Well,
Yeah,
anybody got
are
over
you
to check
hurt,
these things
Cumulus?
out?
I believe I will be okay.
I know you
Have
got
been
something bloody
scratched
right
or
on your
anything?
face
Is any of
there.
that blood not yours? Or is any of that blood actually yours?
Yes, I believe that these, and he opens up his kind of front of his poncho, and you can see his clothing torn,
Oh.
which they're very strange to be torn by scratching. They look like animal scratching.
I turn around at that and go to investigate the bodies or what's left of them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You walk over to. Are you walking over to the smoking shoes?
Probably
the
whichever
woman,
one is the most intact.
shoes.
The
at
woman
this
looks
point.
the most intact, as she still has a biggest portion of her head.
Cautiously, where I'm still holding my cane and I'm
As you push in with your cane,
Mhm.
you don't sense the resistance of actual usable muscle, and that could prompt you to kind of underneath and turn.
yeah, just give him a little investigation.
Yeah,
man.
You need some help
roll
there
me an
now, partner?
investigation check. You add
I'm
advantage.
quite okay, sir. Thank you so much. And I look over at Annabelle there, and I'm like,
something on him.
And kind
And
of
I'm-
looking at the colonel over here, like, are you like around me, like getting my 6 on this? or-
I got
Okay.
you, big boy.
So at advantage, go and roll me investigation checks as you
All
check out
right,
these
that would be
bodies.
a 14 or a 14.
A
14 is the
14.
winner.
14, huh?
14.
Can I do a parallel investigation?
No.
No, it's you're being distracted by Abigail.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll see what
Okay.
that distraction looks like
I'm
in
gonna,
just a moment.
Yes.
As you begin to investigate, you kind of turn the body over. You pulling security, so you don't need to keep your cane at the ready. You're ready. You can kind of get in there. You see red veins kind of populating through the face. These thick, pulsating red veins. As you stare, the pulsing gets less and less, and eventually dies out altogether. And you see these black rings along the gums of the mouth. And what looks like just plain attire from the person who might have a absolutely
Frontiersman type of thing.
100%.
Can I roll a is it like is it arcane or like a medicine check to like kind of get a feeling for like what caused this? Or
You could roll an Arcana check, sure.
Ooh.
22. What's your background in magic? What angle are you approaching this from?
I am naturally magical, let's just say.
Ooh,
Yes.
wonderful. So, being naturally magical, you have probably been approached by soothsayers and people of the sort that have these deeper connections to the world. And you have heard about instances where people lose their ability to control themselves after death and or before death because of some sort of close proximity to evil.
Mm.
What you
Y'all.
know, son?
Evil's afoot.
Evil's afoot.
Were they? Can I tell if they were
Well, but you
dead
blew her
before
feet
we
off.
We have a
killed
bunch of
them,
Indians around
or-
us.
You cannot tell if they were dead before you killed them.
Well, I can say this:
The explosion kind of rattled their outside.
they didn't start like this in their natural lives. Let's just say. So, let's just we'll need to be a little cautious. A little cautious. Cautious is the right word. Well, maybe not that one over there, but I believe the rest
No, he's
of us.
gonna be cautious.
All right, ma'am.
I actually can't.
You can't be cautious.
After he
Something-
says
Ma'am,
that, I'm
I
gonna
am
give
incapable of
scan
ever
kind
taking
the
anything
surrounding
as a
desert
caution.
Sure,
stuff
go ahead and
around
roll me a
us.
perception check.
It'll be a natural 20.
Nice.
Oh, complete quiet. You see a literal tumbleweed
Tumbleweed.
kind of rolling across
So
the
you're not
desert.
hearing any coyote or
No
anything, just
coyotes,
silence,
no,
huh?
just
Nothing.
silence.
Unnaturally silent.
Definitely unnaturally silent.
Something's not right around here.
Did our snake owl man know these people?
Mm.
I don't know.
So I look at
Can I do a
Jason and
history
the,
check?
You
Cumulus,
can ask
does
him.
Jason know?
Cumulus and Jason. They're like, y'all know these folks. Yeah.
Jason looks down just besides himself, hat off over his stomach, or over his heart. These were good people, I tell you.
Besides the whole biting us thing.
Well, I tell you, they'd never done anything like that before. They moved into town as it opened. They're one of the last 38. I guess 35 now.
Can I do a history check to see if I know if like anything like this has ever happened before?
Sure.
Yeet. 18.
Absolutely. You have heard of strange incidences happening in new settlements. Now, more often than not, is murder. just straight up regular old murder. And it's kind of pawned off to be supernatural. In the Wild Wild West, you were like 90% likely to get shot in the back of the head.
I've interacted with a lot of, mysticism and religious things, and I ain't ever heard of anything like this before. Usually people just go out and die.
Well,
Cumulus speaks up. I have heard of this before. These are the natives' curses. They do not want us on their land.
Well, you see.
All right, so maybe you were right
Well, what was I right
about
about?
the Indian.
I was right
Maybe
about.
you were right.
Can I do a religion check to see if I know if there's like a myth about these Indians?
Nope.
In this thing? No. But I'd like to.
Enjoy. Go ahead. You can just headcanon whatever you roll.
It's a 25. I start spewing a story. You see, there's these things called body snatchers in these local Indians mythos. They kind of like crawl right in your ear holes and then wiggle them way right into your brains. And the only way to get rid of them is with a fishing hook and a very long string.
I don't think that's the only way, but if that's the way you want to think about things, you are.
Well,
right.
That's the only way if you want them to survive. The other way is usually one of pull out a dynamite. Stick this through their ear hole, and that gets rid of the crawler for good.
I'm gonna lean over toward Wilfred. I'm going. He's been listening to the box.
He's been listening to something, that's for sure, sir. Or he's been a little.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you lot, but I can read the smoke signals, and that's what they talk about in the mountains.
And so, where are you getting those smoke signals from exactly?
I'm not gonna be able to see it.
Right, you're smoking.
We need to head back to camp. That explosion came from town. I wonder if these two had anything to do with that.
Perhaps we stirred up a little something that didn't need to be stirred up.
So we were heading into Tumbleweed, right?
Mhm.
Okay. How far outside of Tumbleweed are we?
Not too far. You're
So we can make it there tonight?
Maybe 30 more minutes of good travel time, and you'd get there.
I'd suggest we approach the tiny town of Tumbleweed, but something is obviously afoot.
Awesome. Feel free to, while we trot along, go into town, ask any questions you might have of Jason and or Cumulus.
So, let's just say I'm a traveler around these types, and I've been brought in for certain specialty situations by certain employees, and the stipend they gave me was quite impressive. So for them to bring a gentle person of my stature about,
You look
something must be afoot. Should I get into his appearance at this point?
Nope, not yet.
Not
So
yet?
sorry,
Okay.
so sorry. We'll get into that very shortly.
It's staturous, is all I can say.
Dangerous.
As he
I hope he has
twists
some
his mustachio.
Excellent.
I have been acquired to see this situation, yet they are very mysterious about potential uprisings. So anything you'd care to let us all know now, I believe the time is now, sir. And a glint in my eye as I persuade them
Yeah, sure.
to be as honest with us as possible.
And while he's doing that, I'm going to cast I believe it's a Zone of Truth.
Ooh, that would be a
One of my
17.
skills, I believe. Let's
Your
see,
God
where is it?
persuades you.
Understood.
to talk
17 on the
truth.
perception and
Yep.
zone of
Persuasion
truth. So
and a
if they
zone of
do
truth.
lie, you will know.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
What's
So-
that's quite the drastic drop in population. What had happened around these parts?
Jason Chandler speaks up. Look, we're not proud of it, but there's been a lot of accidents recently, and we're just not really sure why these accidents are happening.
Accidents where?
Explosions.
It wasn't me.
No,
In the
Sorry.
mines? In the mines?
in the mines.
Natural reaction. Most people
Now,
just
did you
assume.
did anybody put a canary in the coal mine to make sure that there was no
The-
risk? Canary.
I don't know this.
Canary.
Is that common knowledge, my lady?
I mean, I thought it was
I meant to say ma'am.
canary in a coal.
Cumulus, yeah, oh, for sure. Cumulus, he speaks up and he says, "Ah, canary," and he pulls out a yellow vial. And he's like, "This vial, if you just shatter it near any surface underneath the ground, it will tell you if there are unnatural gases."
Mm.
Oh, that could come in handy.
I natural one. I believe him, and I would like it.
Wonderful. That's come in handy. He tosses in your direction.
Enjoy that yellow
his direction.
liquid
Sorry,
vial
boss.
from this
roll
gentleman.
roll a dexterity save for me to catch.
Canary catch.
Big sad. I wanted it.
I probably dropped it. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7.
Can I try to catch it when he drops
You bop it up. Go ahead and roll me
We're
a
hacky
dex
sacking
save.
it
it?
now.
Oh my god! I rolled another net one.
And can I reach over and just snatch it out of midair? While these
Yep,
two
you
fools
sure
just
can.
hacky
That's a
sack-
what?
Oh, shut up. It was a net. But wait, I do have it's 6.
As
To-
the glass shatters on the
ground.
ground and kind of rolls, and you see little bits of smoke kind of.
I'd like to
flow
go
into
up
the
and
Does the
air.
take
smoke
my
come out in
cane
canary shape?
and poke the liquid.
We are moving quite fast. You're gonna stop.
Oh wait, so this is we're still
We're trotting along at the moment. We're
I
Did we
just
do
trotting
look
one
along
of
back
those
on
at
things
the
where
I
moment.
just
in
look
between
back
us
on
the
it.
fly-
Yeah,
I'm
that's. It was like clink 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 clink.
I just
Really
look
good
back and I'm
watching
just
the
like,
Three Amigos. You know, like
You smell?
I'm just like, that was piss.
Fantastic. Okay, so Zone of Truth is up. Questions asked.
How there were explosions down in the mines, or there were several accidents?
The way that I see it, you hear Cumulus kind of speak up.
Mhm.
The way that I see it is, there are spirits haunting the grounds, and I am here to rid these spirits. And Jason kind of speaks up. Well, I wouldn't say they're spirits or nothing. We haven't seen anything like that, but fuses get lit without us knowing.
It wasn't me. I
Um,
swear.
Did this my I guess my primary concern is, did this always happen since the time y'all started digging, or did it happen once you reached a certain depth?
Well, that is a great question, and probably one for Barney.
Barney.
Yeah, Barnaby T. Bullion. I believe one of y'all knows him.
Hey, that's my grandpappy. Oh my word. Oh, my granddaddy Barnaby, he'll tell us exactly what to do. Let's get on over there.
Now, were the zombies, were they coming from the town or were they going?
They were coming from the town. They were
Oh.
going the opposite direction of the town.
Okay,
Towards
they were
where
coming
the
out of-
unbuilt
So, yeah,
saloon was?
Yes, correct.
The unfinished saloon was. Okay.
Correct.
You know, I once heard about explosives going off, destroying an entire mining settlement, and it was all done by a single child.
40-something people perished that day.
A lot of
single
people.
child.
That's like the population of this here city.
You see, inside the mines, they have these tunnels, and these tunnels is where they carry the wicks for these dynamite explosions. When they're looking to either carve out a large place, they'll put a bunch of dynamite in there, light it from far away in case any of the tunnels collapse. Now those big train cars you're used to seeing, those are only on the thickest pieces. Where people actually travel is just held up by wood and hope.
Well,
And that's kind of my purpose here, is making sure that all the tunnels are safe. Mr. Barnaby, he hired me about 2 months ago when they started having their first bit of problem.
well.
2 months ago, that's when my granddaddy told me that I should get out of town and go pick out some new horses. He told me stop playing in them mines.
Well, this could certainly be any numerous causes of troublings around them parts.
I think it could just be a common problem of people getting too small wicks on the dynamite.
Well, if anybody knows explosions around these parts, I guess it's gonna be you.
Gonna be you.
As you
Flick,
guys,
flick, flick.
any other last minute questions before I push us into town?
before we actually get
Zone of
into
Truth?
town, right? Yeah. Does that pick anything up with that?
Everything said by by Jason seems to be incredibly accurate to his knowledge.
Mhm.
Cumulus. Was the Zone of Truth up when the vial of canary was brought up?
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. So what does the Zone of Truth say about that?
Not true.
I don't think so.
Not true.
So are you
I wonder
are
what
you
last
leading on? So like if you're getting are you
Can
leading
we
on
ask
to?
him about his snake oil then?
Ooh.
Cures all, kills all.
It
Whatever.
sure does cure all. I've heard of it many times. It does exactly what it says on the
Mm.
bottle.
You have a soapbox on that horse.
So
That's
do
true.
we know
10 minutes. So
do we know that you have the Zone of Truth up, or is that kind of your thing?
no, it's
I think
Your
it's
thing.
totally his thing.
Oh, that's your thing. So you're
Yep.
just kind of picking up on these
yeah. I'm
things.
just kind of picking up. on stuff.
Okay. Got it.
So and then before we actually go trotting straight into the middle of town, want to stop on the outskirts and say let's kind of slow down before we actually get in there and make sure
Yeah.
that things
So
are okay
something's
before.
afoot.
Yeah.
Right.
What? Y'all smashed the canary water. What about that other red water you had, sir?
As soon as we dismount, then I will divvy out my wares.
And you said that red water, that'll cure anything.
It'll cure anything.
And that stuff's free, right?
Mhm.
It would absolutely, as long as you're working with me, it will be free.
Definitely not piss in any way.
It is not urine.
What am I
course.
picking up?
It's not urine.
And does it
Does
actually
it
cure?
cure?
stuff? Yeah.
No.
No. Then
Zone of Truth is
But does it
blasting some
heal
wool.
is the real question.
Does it heal? I don't know.
Does it heal a 2d4 plus 2?
It does not. As the Zone of Truth tells. No one else knows
Yeah,
this.
it's colored water, guys.
He's got the Kool-Aid with him.
So just before we get into town, Jason and Cumulus kind of pull into what might be the most rinky-dink town you've ever seen. There's a couple of tents. There's this large saloon area. There is some wooden homes that are built, and then like just a lot of ghost town to the left-hand side of this mountain curve. As you guys are now in front of a gigantic mountain face with kind of carved out areas for mining tracks. You see rail tracks kind of circulating through this mountainside. You see it peeking in through little caves. And Jason, ahead of you, parks his horse and dismounts. Cumulus does the same.
So there's like
You
a
guys
rail
kind of
line
piled
running through it?
outside. There's
Did
there's
you
a
not
rail
just see it?
road. There's rail road, but no train.
no
you
train
see.
happening.
Oh.
Is it a large spired mountain?
It is a large spired mountain.
Like a large butte upon it?
There's a butte of sorts.
Wow.
Mhm.
Do I know the name of this mountain?
If you have been paying attention to recent news, traveling with Miss Abigail Bullion, you know that Rainbow Ridge is supposed to be the new home to Tumbleweed and the big Thunder
Thunder
Mountain
Mountain
Mining
Mining
Company.
Wow. How about that?
You got yourself
Back-
a railroad spike right
Got
there.
you railroad spike right there. Is this backstory time for why this is important to our viewers?
I think that right before we go to break, which is after you guys have your conversation about what you know and what you might want to do about that.
Okay, so is the town? Is it empty? Is
Empty.
It like all
It's
ghost town?
nighttime
There's-
right now, so there could be people in their homes, but at the moment you see nobody.
There's no campfires still burning or no
campfire.
embers
Going on,
around.
just
No,
sitting
there's lights in the saloon.
Yeah, man, why don't we go see your grandpappy, see if he got
We
any
definitely need
information.
to-
I'm curious about what you share from the Zone of Truth and what you guys want to do about that.
Yeah. So I'll pull these three off to the side for a minute, and I'll
Cool.
just say, kind of fill them in on. Okay, I can kind of tell when somebody's lying, and that Cumulus guy, he's full of it.
Something
It's
is
colored
afoot.
water he's sporting around there, so I wouldn't trust anything he gives you.
I don't know about that. He seemed like the most honest man I've ever met in my entire life.
Uh huh.
Perfect.
Anyways,
Perfectly honest fellow, that guy.
I
over
trust
there.
him this many.
yeah, I wouldn't trust him. Mm-mm.
So was it piss in the vial?
No, it wasn't piss.
Well,
but
at least he's
it
got that
doesn't
going
work
for him.
either.
But he does give me a little bit of a shady, that's for sure.
hmm
Should we ditch him?
Well, let's hear
No,
what they have to say.
I
first.
think everybody has a role to play in this equation,
I just,
ma'am.
as long as he's not peeing in him, I guess it's all right.
I think we need to keep an eye on him too with those scratches he got from that thing in the desert.
I could always stick him with a piece of dynamite.
Not yet. Keep that in your back pocket though.
The bundle or the single stick?
Oh, fantastic. As you guys finish up your conversation and turn the corner, you can see two horses kind of tied up to the saloon in front. Lights on coming. You can hear the sound of piano playing as you guys tie up and dismount.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. As you guys walk into...
Are there lights coming from this saloon yet? Is it like the only place in town?
And a little trinkle of like ding 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 ding. Somebody playing piano
There's somebody
on
in
the
there.
inside. You don't hear like the loud cursing and noise you would typically hear outside of the piano playing from inside this bar as you guys approach in. Bear with me a moment while I find the name of this bar.
Now, is anyone playing Danger Poker?
I'm gonna get the horses some water while he's.
Oh, the Golden Horseshoe.
The Golden
Horseshoe.
Horseshoe.
The Golden Horseshoe. As you guys approach in, you can see this horseshoe kind of right side up as the main logo of this Golden Horseshoe. The lights from the inside really do appear golden as they're shining out into the dark red air that you guys are in now. The two swinging doors open as you guys now see bright lights in the air, these chandeliers, circle tables, small stools, a piano to the right-hand side, a set of stairs that leads up to several rooms with red doors, and you see a large bar kind of in the very back. Stools line the bar. You see Jason kind of pouring a couple shots out for each of you guys.
Are there other people in here, or is it?
You see only one other person, not scantily clad because they still wore a lot of clothing back then, but brassiere, super tight, black lace kind of top, this large hoop dress that leads all the way down to the ground with frills on the bottom. And you see her kind of leaning over the bar with her hand on her head. As you see Jason... Come on now, Barnabas will be down in a moment.
I lean up next to the lady. I'm like, quiet night round these parts, huh, ma'am?
It's been quite quiet, if you ask me. I'm Gemma. She reaches a hand out, a lace kind of a glove over top.
Wilfred Brimstone. Absolute pleasure to meet you, ma'am.
It is a pleasure to meet you, I must say. Are you all here for the
Business,
society?
Society?
Yes. Or whatever he's calling it these days. A bunch of explorers and adventurers.
Ma'am, I'm Prospector Podunk, and we're here to see some shit blow up. I tell you what.
Oh, are you here about that explosion earlier?
You're damn right I am.
Listen, I don't know if y'all have been abreast of the rules of this here town, but no one visits any homes until we find out what happened in the explosion.
Oh, I can tell you what happened with that there explosion. All I need to do is look at the situation of the blast.
Oh, well, I'm sure that Barney will get you settled.
Where's my granddaddy anyhow?
He's upstairs. Did you say granddaddy?
Yeah, Grandpa Barney.
You look just like Barnabas.
Oh, gee. Well, my belly's not quite as big, but my beard's a little shorter. But I guess.
Gemma, go on and get your granddad. Jason yells out to Gemma. She looks over, kind of scowls, rolls her eyes a bit, and begins to walk up the stairs.
I'm keeping an eyeball on Cumulus. What's he up to?
Yes, perception checks for me, please.
Um,
19 for me.
Ooh, me too.
14.
Six.
Cumulus's high energy that you noticed before is draining. He is kind of staring at this shot glass, kind of twirling it around up at the bar, just kind of lost into staring at this shot.
He want to put some magic water
Well,
Can I try to put a stick of dynamite with an extended wick in it?
every
In
time
his
you go
mouth.
for a
You
stick of
don't
dynamite,
notice
I'm just
that?
like putting it
Oh,
back
you're
in.
right. I don't.
This is the only way I'll be able to save this.
There's just something about him that.
Nope, there
just,
isn't. You don't notice that
He
at all.
really needs a pick me
I
dynamite.
You are
These two, and
staring
I
at
like-
you
and I
are
look
staring
at,
at Gemma walk up the stairs.
I look at these
You
two and I
may
look
want
at,
to put a dynamite.
Yes.
Like, I'm assuming you two are seeing the same thing I am,
Yes.
Yep.
where we're all just like,
One hand on the revolver.
yeah,
Yeah.
just
I don't need a full hand for her.
As you guys hear a door open, and the creak of steps coming from above,
I'm sorry,
Up at
Sully's
the-
dead.
up at the top of the stairs.
It weren't cursing, but it was inappropriate.
Up at the top of the stairs, you guys see a man in a black cowboy hat. These black, like really nice threaded clothing, kind of open up. He has a bandolier kind of over the front of him. He has a 6-shooter as his side by his side. He looks down. He says, "Well, I'll be damn. It's Abigail.
Granddaddy.
I haven't seen you in what seems like 40 years.
Well, it's been about a goat's age.
A goat's
Goat's age.
Man alive. Well,
Hey,
I
while
tell
all
you,
this is
how's your
happening,
pappy doing?
Pappy's
Yeah,
dead.
he passed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I
Well,
think I forgot.
yeah, I thought. Granddaddy, are you feeling all right? Can I roll a perception check?
Yes, you definitely can.
My granddad's acting quite off. No, we're not going to talk about that. Okay, 3.
Yeah, he just I mean he's been really busy. He looks tired. Granddad does.
Tired.
That's what you put it up.
Wow, I can't believe you forgot about Pappy.
I
Well, alright.
I didn't know that he passed. That I did. Must have been concerned with this project, and this is why you all are here.
I thought he was still painting.
Hilarious.
Inside joke.
So I want to thank y'all for being here. Me and Mr. Ravenswood are mighty glad that you all could make it. Now, you see, we are creating a place where individuals like yourselves that are good at various sorts of activities, we're thinking about creating some sort of organized society. We're thinking of calling it ESA, the Explorers Society of Adventurers. What do you think?
And do you got there gold in that there mountain?
we might have to work on the branding a bit, but you might be onto something, sir.
What do you mean? Is there a better way?
Well, I got to tell you, by the looks of things here, I'm just kind of hoping we get out of this one with our tails intact, if you know what I mean. I think you got bigger problems to call in people of our stature before you start naming things. Why don't you tell us why you really brought us out here?
Well, you see, the explosion you heard earlier is kind of a little bit of why you're here. See, Ravenswood heard about some people trapped inside of one of the mines, and we were supposed to wait until y'all got here, but he couldn't, and I think he rushed in and may have made a mistake.
I reckon you didn't do the proper calculations on the blast radius or the amount of grain that you needed in your TNT in order to free people from the Rock of Stones.
Well, then that's exactly why you're here. What I need y'all to do is right now, as fast as you can, get out there and go see Grotto Mine.
Grotto Mine. Is that where these people are stuck?
That is where we had set those explosives, and it's the only place that that explosion could have happened.
Let me ask you, sir, do you have a medic in this community?
A what?
A medic in this community? A healing man? Priest, maybe?
And you see
A holy
Cumulus
man?
kind of, and that is why I am here. I am the priest. I am the healing man.
I
am
look
the.
at, as she does this, I kind of look at, like, the wound on his chest and almost am, like, trying to subtly, like, give it a little sniff, like, see if there's any, like, rot starting to
Oh,
come
no
off of it.
roll necessary, man. It looks
Mhm.
nasty.
It's starting to look nasty.
It looks nasty.
I'm like,
I'm like,
you might
Yeah, if you're such a good healer, why don't you
want to...
start with yourself?
And you see his grandiose kind of changes as he looks at his hand. I think that you're right. And he reaches in and he grabs a red vial and he drinks it down. He smashes it on the ground. Then I should be good in no time.
She...
He did no roll necessary. He don't look any better than he did.
You
a
don't
second
look
ago.
any better than he did.
It just takes a little while to work. You just gotta let his magic, alchemical creations work their charm.
Well, listen, as the reason why y'all are here, go and fetch those people outside of Grotto Mine, and then return, and we'll get with Mr. Ravenswood and discuss why you're really here. But I
Gold?
need you to put all of your experience and expertise to use, and go and rescue those people.
I just got one last question for you about your rat problem.
A rat problem.
Yeah, your rat problem in
I've yet to hear of a rat
town. The
problem.
big-eared one.
Well, I think you're a little bit south. Here in the West, we don't have those rodents of sorts.
Not even the one that people get in big lines for to take pictures. I heard about them around some pots around here.
Rodents of unusual size.
So has he come down and is he like talking?
Yeah,
with
but yeah,
us
he's
now?
still
So,
on the
like-
stairs.
Oh, so he's
Still
on
up,
the
still up
stairs?
on the stairs. He seems to be in the demeanor of having you guys leave.
Okay.
Are we gonna need some new horses? Mine apparently
Or is it just like walking distance?
To walking distance.
we had to
Okay.
leave it in the desert in a couple different pieces.
I like go over and like I'm like, sir, do not worry. And I put my arm around Abigail. I'm like, we shall take good care of your granddaughter. And I kind of whisper and I'm like, is that really your grandpappy?
It looks like it, but he ain't acting right.
All right, to the and I kind of like start looking at everybody and I'm like, to the mine then. Like kind of giving the
Now, give me a marching order of sorts for leaving this tavern.
I would just like to know if there's a faster route towards the mountain. Maybe I might need a pass of sorts.
What of sorts?
Like a pass.
like
to,
a
to find
a quick pass.
Yes, or a fast
A
pass
fast
of sorts.
pass, sir. A Ganassi, a blue Ganassi walks
Ganassi
in.
appears.
Blue Ganassi appears. I shall be your guide.
So, give me a marching order as you guys get ready to leave the
I
saloon.
figure like I'm kind of like taking Abigail with me and like marching her out with.
I
I'm
do-
gonna
yeah,
bring
but I
up the
kind of,
rear.
I kind of want to
Understood.
let
Kinda
my,
keep an eye
I
on-
kind of want to say something to my grandpappy.
Okay.
I kind of want to be like, Grandpappy, you know, you look real tired, but I don't think you should that guy at the bar.
And he looks down at Cumulus.
And can I roll persuasion so that he will listen to me? Do I need to? Is
Uh,
he gonna listen to me?
So he looks down at Cumulus and he sees the kind of wounds across his eyes and face. And he actually says, "Well, darling, I think I'm gonna have a conversation with this young man. Why don't you all hurry out and let me speak with this gentleman?"
Where's the one girl from earlier?
She's kind of still, or she's upstairs. You no longer see her.
Oh, okay. I wanted to talk to her one last time.
Sure, you're gonna pass by
Yeah,
Barnabas.
Yeah.
He puts his hand upon your chest and he's, look, those explosives. There could be rocks falling on him as of right now. And if Mr. Ravenwood is there, he's really the person funding all of this.
All right. If that's the
Ravenwood it
case,
is.
then take this and give it to the lady. And I hand him a dynamite stick. And I say, it's a very large one. and I say, just inform her that when I get back, that is actual size. And then
I'll try to remember that.
and then I leave.
As you head out of the saloon,
Oh, Lordy.
as you head out of the saloon, the torchlight kind of catches your face and presents your body with light. What do they see as the doors kind of clink, clink, clink open?
I've got like very large, fiery red beard that doesn't go over where the mustache is. It's just very long, probably about to where my belly is. There's like little white patches in a couple different places, and I'm definitely missing fingers on both my hands. I've got multiple bandoliers of dynamite and a mare's leg on my left hip that I carry around as my primary or as my shooting weapon.
All right. Excellent. Who is next coming out of the door out of you two?
Abigail.
Yeah, I guess I'm next.
And what does the camera see as the light
Well,
hits?
I do have a mustache, but it's not quite as grand as my grandpappy's. I can't get it to stick on though.
Yeah,
'cause
you got to.
I don't have any dexterity. I'm missing a hand.
Here, open up that. Here, peel the thing off.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work?
No, look, it's not. The stickiness is stuck on the wrong side.
Oh.
Dang cheap props. I don't know who bought this crap. Anywho, I walk out and I might be a little less ladylike, a little more like my grandpappy. And I do have a conductor's hat on because when I was young, my grandpappy used to let me drive the railroad right through
railroad?
that mountain. Yeah, he would
Not
let
the
me
train?
he would let me drive the train on the railroad. He would let me work the railroad, and so I got my little conductor's hat. It's my lucky cap, and I got me my just my scrubby little train suit on,
Overalls?
and yes. So my granddaddy, he actually is a genasi. He yes, he of the earth, but see he fell in love with this beautiful woman, and then from them I was born. So I'm like a quarter, nothing much, but we are of the earth, and that's why I really love being in the mines and playing in the dirt and finding the fool's gold.
He was definitely
Full
capable of getting
fool's
rock hard.
gold.
I'm gonna keep making terrible jokes this whole night.
Oh, the puns will
Full
continue
of
until
fool's
morale
gold.
improves.
Hashtag not sponsor. Sponsor us.
Dynamite TNT sponsoring us now.
Wonderful.
Nobel Peace Prize.
What kind of guns you got on you?
Oh, I got a 6-shooter, and I got myself a shotgun as well, and then I do carry a pickaxe because I like playing in the dirt.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And then directly behind, we see Wilfred.
Wilfred Brimstone in an immaculate long black duster, an immaculate black suit underneath, and a wide brimmed hat. Just all immaculately put together, holding a large cane.
Sure.
But Wilfred is also a tabaxi.
Ooh.
But not just a tabaxi, a smush face tabaxi. That looks a lot like Wilfred Brimstone, but a cat. And he has a tendency to be like, diabetes.
Diabetes.
And has a monocle in one eye and very large mustache, smushed face tabaxi eyes.
Sure.
And just has that cane, which seems to be his primary weapon. And he's a southern gentleman, as they say. Pretty much Doc Holliday, but with a smush face cat.
Sure.
Perfect.
Wilfred Brimstone, as they say.
I remember when people said we were
Fantastic.
gonna do this.
And then Colonel
in
Jake,
in an Old
as
Western
you kind of exit
proper.
this saloon.
And I'm kind of the opposite of him. I've got a long tan duster with white trim, very worn, salt and pepper beard, hat pulled down low over the eyes,
You
pair of
also
6-shooters on the hips, and a long rifle on the back.
Sure. Fantastic.
Human as a
I remember we were playing humans tonight, so I played a human. I see this was not entirely the case.
Not entirely the case.
No, it's way okay.
Basically
Yeah,
a
way
human.
okay. As you guys kind of trot down the stairs, you see immediate signs that point towards the mines. And off in the distance, you can see this
Hold on.
large. Yes.
I want to sneak down around the window and look back in the window and see what Grandpappy there is up to with that one there.
Awesome. As you turn back up the kind of the saloon window,
Yeah.
you see slowly Cumulus begins to walk up the stairs, kind of wobbling up each of the stairs, as a granddad kind of made his way upstairs and opened up a door, kind of 2 doors in. Once you get up the stairs on the right-hand side.
I would like to make note of what the door that what's his name?
100%. You got it. The door is obvious. You got it. And you see Cumulus struggling to get up those stairs.
Mm-hmm. He ain't gonna be
Where's
okay.
the lady?
that one.
Is the lady up there
I was
with
gonna say,
us?
I
You don't
think that's
see
gonna be
her
Cumulus
anymore.
going
But yes, that last you saw her, she was upstairs.
Mhm.
As you guys begin to walk towards this large mountain face, you can see this, a beautiful red archway made of stone, kind of leading towards some of the different mine openings. And there is a sign that says Grotto Mine, a sign that says Spiral Butte, and a sign that says Big Thunder Mountain Mine.
Is there one there that says exit and enter?
There's not. And that is where we will take a short break, and we will get back to the action right after this.
Yay!
Anybody?
I can fix this. Hold on.
Stop fixing things.
I can fix it.
Stop it.
Once the dust
The
clears,
situation has not improved.
Mr. Prospector, anything you're consciously doing in this moment?
Thinking about the explosive. What force it would take.
Easily I could just fix this problem.
I could honestly, if they just gave me the chance.
And I'm gonna just hang on for dear life. I'm gonna hop on in and go all aboard, and I'm
Love
just gonna
it.